Hey, howdy, hi, hello, hola, privyet, bonjour, guten tag, what is up, Vikings? So, this is part 2 of my Hall of Glory knowledge breakdown. Kind of like give you guys some insight into the rest of the Hall of Glory knowledge, as far as like hopefully give you some direction and specifics on trees of knowledge and how they will affect your troops. I hope you guys like this. The other two that I did in this little mini series are roughly like 30 minutes long each, I think. This one will probably be around 20. In the description of this video, there are little chapters. They will be named for the knowledge that that section of the video covers. If you're looking for a specific thing, that is pretty much where to go for those. I hope you guys are enjoying these. These bonuses are a little more complicated, a little more specific. So I wanted to give you guys an in-depth view into them. So with all of that being said, I will show you guys again where to get the base numbers that these go off of, and where to get the multipliers in case you are watching this and you do not remember from my other two videos. So here's this. The Hall of Glory knowledge bonuses. This chart is available in proxy groups. We will be going over in this video Hero 1, Hero 2, Shaman 1, Shaman 2, and then briefly going over the economic tree to finish it out. The stats that you see here, we'll show you where we got those, so you can apply these to your own troops. Anything that I say is a base obviously applies to the base that everybody has. If you play on PC, as explained in my last video, you cannot see these base numbers, because, I mean, there's just no way to, they're not here. Unfortunately, they would be right in here. So, again, as done on my last, we'll briefly go over this for you guys. Base stats of T7. As we know, this is the training on mobile. This is what training looks like. The base stat we are looking at here is 501 for T7. It's 501 offense, 501 defense, 501 health. On T8, the base is 680 offense, 510 defense, 510 health. That is where the numbers for this right here came from. The multipliers, so battle stat multipliers, come from this. The base numbers are going to be the same for everybody. The multipliers are going to be different for everyone, just because they factor in your gear, your town skins, your bonuses, your everything, essentially. These numbers will be specific to your account, how you build, and so forth. If you want to get these numbers for yourself, hit a town under level 12. Level 12 is when a shaman becomes active or available to summon. You don't want the reducers off of a shaman's natural skills to factor into your numbers that you're using for a multiplier. You want the purest number that you could possibly get. So find a level 12 town, smack it with a T7 and a T8. This is these are the numbers you're going to get that are going to be different for everybody. You will get a battle report that is roughly like this. In it, you can see the numbers we are using here, 67,845 for T7 offense, 61,585 for T7 defense, 58,457 for T7 health. Down below, 1,115 or 115,134 for T8 offense, 72,458 for T8 defense, 62,567 for T8 health. These are the examples that we used to get those. Obviously, the multiplier numbers will be different for everybody, but these are what we used just to give you a base of what to go off of. That is important because in the trees of knowledge we'll be covering in this video, multipliers factor in heavily. So when I state the number that it gives, it is based off of these numbers that we are using for an example. So there is that. So let's get into this, starting with Hero 1 in the Hall of Glory. We have Boom. As you can see by the little asterisks involved here, offense with Hero against T1, against T2, against Tier 3, Tier 4, T5, Tier 6, and Tier 7. Those are all multipliers of 40%, 30%, 25%, 20%, and 10%. Meaning, like, if I use T7 to hit with my hero, hero has to be with my T7. If I use T7 with my hero to hit Tier 1, I'm going to get an added, if my stats were the same as the example, I'm going to get an added 27,138 to my Tier 7 offense, 46,054 to my Tier 8 offense, and that's just against Tier 1 with my hero. That means that's before it even factors my Shaman in. If I send just my hero to attack and I hit Tier 1 with these two tiers right here, that is going to be added on in the battle report against Tier 1. As you can see, it scopes down against specific tiers. Now, the thing about this that is so important is that if you notice, it does not say during an attack or while defending. It does not say in a fortress or in a town. It is not specific. It is tier specific, meaning anywhere your troops with the hero come in contact with these tiers, you are going to get these bonuses. If somebody hits your SH Siege with Tier 1, your Tier 7 are going to have these bonuses added against Tier 1. If somebody hits Pop with Tier 1 and you have T7 in, again, these bonuses are going to factor in. Now, if you notice, there's no stats on the bottom three for Tier 7 and Tier 8. That is because these stats, hero influence on enemy troop offense, hero influence on enemy troop defense, hero influence on enemy troop health. These are only seen in the mystery section of a battle report of reducers. We do not see how these will affect enemy troops. We don't know how they stack. It is one of those sections in a battle report, again, where, you know, we are told by support that they cannot answer questions as far as the determining of reducers in battle. We just don't see the math. If you saw the math on these, it would help us figure out exactly how they're going to apply to your troops, but we don't know. However, this means that I can say with these that when your troops are not naked, you do not have a naked march, your troops with your hero will have an additional 5% against enemy troop offense, enemy troop defense, enemy troop health. That means that it doesn't matter the type or the tier, it's going to add a 5% to those against them. So like it is kind of a reducer. In theory, but again, don't exactly know the numbers. Hero 1, so like, honestly, when it comes to upgrading your Hall of Glory knowledge, Hero 1, I personally would start before Hero 2, just due to the fact of, like, it is against tiers and not types. If, like, you started with Tier 7 on your offense with Hero against T6, T7, that would affect, like, the bigger marches of a Stronghold Siege, would also affect, like, the beefier end of your Home Gang Towers. Your Fury Towers would affect the higher numbers up of those, as well as, like, majority of pop battles are not going to be anything below a Tier 7. The enemy troop offense, enemy troop defense, enemy troop health is, of course, going to affect any tier you come in contact with as long as your hero is marching with it. Now, that's Hero 1. Now, moving on to Hero 2. Let me see. Hero 2 tree. Boom. Here's where you get into the specifics. Again, these are all multipliers. You have troop offense with hero against melee, against cavalry, against ranged, against killer, and against siege. These are specific. These are only going to affect your troops when you come in contact with this specific troop type. It doesn't matter where. There is no, during defense, during offense, in towns, in fortresses. Does not matter where. If your troops with your hero come in contact with these types of troops, these bonuses are going to factor in. It's a 30%, which will add, roughly, if you have stats like we saw on the projected stats, those are the projected or estimated for multipliers, it would add an additional 20,354 to your T7 offense against those types. We'll add a 34,540 on top of your T8 offense against those types again. Now, when it comes to the bottom one, offense with a hero in an onslaught against melee, cav, ranged, killer, siege, 15% means your troops in an onslaught, if you hit a specific type, is going to get this added bonus added onto your troop offense against that specific type while you're in an onslaught. So joining an onslaught, if you're bows and you hit melee with this specific knowledge done, you're going to get 10,177 to your T7, 17,270 added on to your T8 offense against melee, for instance, in an onslaught, meaning it's specific. It is specifically bonused to when you are in an onslaught hitting that type. It doesn't matter where the onslaught is. It doesn't matter if the onslaught is in towns, if it is in fortresses, forts, stronghold sieges, fury towers. It doesn't matter. If you are in an onslaught participating, hitting that type, these bonuses are going to come into play. If you onslaught a lot of towns, you onslaught a lot of towers, you play a lot of offense, the bottom of Hero 2 is going to definitely help your troops as far as just sending your hero. I know some people want to defend with their shaman at home, send their hero to an onslaught. Personally, I don't do that because it makes my troops in the onslaught weaker. But the other thing about this, the flip side of this, is the top 5 offense with hero against melee, cavalry, range, killer, siege is important because it is not location or action specific, meaning if you have these done, it is going to affect your troops in both offense and in defense, making it kind of like one of those double things that just make it that much beefier. It's going to affect you in offense and in defense, help you defend against it would definitely help you defend against your anti-troop. For those of you like I'm bows, so getting hit with killer is not or cavalry is not exactly the greatest. This would help with the offense against cavalry if I'm getting hit by the murder ponies. So that is Hero 2. hope that helped. Hero 2 is kind of like, it's not location specific until it comes to an onslaught, and then it's just an action specific. Everything else will affect your troops everywhere across the board. Good blanket general fight knowledge and bonuses to have. Moving on, in the course of this video, we are moving on to Shaman 1. Now, Shaman 1. Again, like Hero 1, you have defense with Shaman against Tier 1, Tier 2, Tier 3, Tier 4, Tier 5, Tier 6, Tier 7, except this is defense with Shaman against those. The ones on Hero are offense against. The Shaman are the other end of that, defense against, which are going to protect your troops even more. Which is going to be, you know, like 15% against Tier 1, Tier 2, 10% Tier 3 or Tier 4, 5% Tier 6, Tier 5, Tier 6, Tier 7. Meaning my defense with my Shaman against Tier 7 with this knowledge done is going to go up 3,079. T8 warrior defense against T7 would go up to 3,000, would go up by 3,623. Again, the bottom three on this tree are like the bottom three on Hero. They're a 5% influence on enemy troop, offense, defense, health. That's going to help you when defending things. Also going to help you when attacking. But again, it's that mystery math where you can't necessarily see the bonuses applied. The defense. So you have offense during defense. You have to also have defense during an attack. The defense with Shaman against works very similar to both of these, except this is tier specific. Anywhere your troops come in contact with these tiers, with this knowledge done, as long as your Shaman is with them on a march, either defending, attacking, onslaughting, whatever, wherever your troops have their Shaman with your march and it comes in contact with these tiers, these bonuses are going to be applied to your troops. Kind of like gives it another like blanket reducer or a blanket bonus against specific tiers when your Shaman is with them. Of course, you could see, you know, having Shaman and Hero together would give you both the offense and the defense, making your march even stronger and harder, to kill and hit harder in general. Moving on to Shaman 2. Boom. We have multiplier, and oh wait, by the way, more multipliers. So all of these in Shaman 2 are your all these in Shaman 2 are of course your defense with Shaman against, and health with Shaman against. Now, these are specific. As I said before, 5% across the board. They are specific during, or I mean specific against specific type. Not in a specific location, not during a specific action. They will affect both attack and defense. Troop defense with Shaman against melee, cav, ranged, killer, siege. Health with Shaman against melee, cav, ranged, killer, siege. Health, defense, and offense all work together when it comes to defending and attacking. Of course, we don't see the bottom or the multiple tiers of a battle report in Viking War of Clans. However, there's the thought of when, you know, you're defending, offense during defense is what your troops attack back after they're being hit. They absorb the damage. And then your offense during defense is what is attacks back and tries to kill your attacker. Goes back and forth multiple volleys until either they successfully kill you or you successfully defend against them. Very similar in attacking, just reverse order. So these defense and health against are going to factor into a battle's defense and offense anywhere. Fortresses, forts, towns, very, very important. when it comes to if you want like your SH sieges stronger, you want to be able to hold towers longer, you want to be able to burn your opponent quicker. These will all factor into everything. Major multiplier bonuses here. That's pretty much Shaman 2. Now, last but not least in this little video series is economics. Now, some people are gonna be like, Bones, why are you covering economics? Nobody uses economics. It's not important. Ha! It is important. Some of this is going to factor into just about everything we do in the game in almost a daily basis at this point. So economics is kind of an important thing, and I will get to why. Economics. So here's why economics is so helpful. A few of these are not going to apply to everybody. So, number of warriors in training being major bonus. You can always train more. And when you're having a mini Asgard a week, on top of the others, like the bi-weekly home gang, you have Fury, KVK, the others. Warrior numbers in training, 500% is going to be huge as far as like being able to, of course, train more. Infirmary capacity will help you heal more. For some of us like me, my infirmary capacity is horrid. Just because the amount of infirmaries and farms that I have is significantly lower than some. So infirmary capacity would obviously help me to heal more, which means I don't have to train as much. Convoy capacity to stronghold. If we have a stronghold update or you're upgrading your stronghold, the convoy capacity to stronghold will help that greatly if you're doing transformations. Of course, transformations help in CBC, as well as get other things done in your stronghold because you have to transform your resources to something else. The convoy capacity of stronghold will help greatly as far as what you can send if you do not have the banker sub. Resource yielding speed, not necessarily for everybody. Personally, I do not like to farm, but the resource yielding speed, 75% from your SH coming on top of a resource yielding speed boost. And of course, the repute, the golden shovel, as we call it in my clan, help you dig that much faster. Warrior training speed, always welcome. Shave off time, save some boosts. The faster you can put out troops or replace your troops obviously means the faster you can get back to battle. T8 warrior healing speed. Not a lot of people heal T8s just due to the fact that they are horribly expensive to heal. But the speed will obviously decrease the amount of boosts needed because if you've healed T8s accidentally in the past, I know I have multiple times. I normally do at least once every home gang by accident. I look at the amount of boosts and resources that I use to heal them, and I am horrified. Obviously, learning speed 75%, march speed, or learning speed 75%, and build speed 75% isn't necessarily going to apply to everybody. A lot of us have our knowledge maxed. If you're not maxed on knowledge, learning speed will help significantly. A level 40 Oracle, for instance, already gives you a 275% to learning speed. And then the economics would just add a 75% on top of that, and then your gear and other things to make your knowledge even faster. March speed, if you don't use plunder, march speed 500% would be extremely awesome. Building speed. So building speed will go up in the air. Personally, I don't tear my buildings down or rebuild. I have the planner achievement max, so I really have no desire to tear them down. However, there are people that swap out infirmaries and barracks. They will train before an event. They will add a bunch of infirmaries to heal during Fury or Rage and Home Gang and other things. just so they have that initial capacity of their infirmary to heal more. Building speed would help knock down the time of your buildings. For that, if you change buildings, also if you want to change buildings up in your town, it would knock down the time considerably to what we've seen before. Mead hall capacity, last one on here, 5,000%. Mead hall is not something like a lot of us have dealt with lately in the game. For instance, level 40, and this is just level 40 for me. Capacity given by my meat hall is 4,300,000. Not a lot. Definitely not enough to keep me from burning when it comes to the amount of troops that we can send on a march. That's honestly not even a like 1/100th of a march anymore. So meat hall capacity 5,000% would help that number go up. Would help obviously with trap accounts. And some other stuff. If you were calling an OS, fill the OS, and then you just have that little bit more capacity to stuff a few more troops in there to help defend. So that is the economics tree. If your clan does not do like an overwhelming amount of fighting, your clan doesn't do a whole lot of other stuff, you're just beginning into this, you're still growing, you're still learning, you're still going through your knowledge, building your buildings, still working on your training, still farming a lot. This knowledge, the economics knowledge, is going to be important for that. It's going to help you catch up to speed faster with as far as like your buildings, your knowledge, and kind of in size to the rest of us. I mean, it's not going to save you from burning. It's obviously no battle stats in here, but it is going to help you a little bit as far as like the time, the amount of boosts that are needed on these actions. It's going to shave time off of those. So the economics tree is important to a point, and it is to me it is worth going over. And of course, well, I mean, it's part of the Hall of Glory. So that being said, that wraps up the Hall of Glory knowledge for this video and for this little series. I hope you guys enjoyed these videos. Was a lot to explain and a lot of stuff to go over. Again, in the description of this video are separate chapters that will help you get back to specific places in the video if you are looking for tidbits about specific knowledge. Hope you guys like this. If you have not already, please hit the like and the subscribe button. If you want to see more video breakdowns of knowledge, gear, and other stuff, drop it in the comments below. I will see you guys around in the community. Be safe, have fun, enjoy the weather, and I will see you guys around. Thanks for watching.